Okay, lawyer Abdul Oroh, you are the member of the Nigerian Bar Council and also one of the lawyers defending the Naira 10. Now, tell us, are you defending the whole 10 Anglophones or Southern Cameroons who were arrested in Nigeria, or you have a particular client that you are defending?
Well, I am defending all the francophone, all the Southern Cameroonian leaders arrested in Nigeria by the by Nigerian soldiers, detained illegally at the Defense Intelligence Agency, and later illegally transferred to Cameroon. You call them the Naira 10. But of course, all those those that were arrested in Gembou, I'm also representing their interest in Nigeria. So yes, I am defending all of them.
All of them. Now, when you talk about those who were arrested in Gembou, that is in Taraba State,
of Nigeria, yeah.
How many are they?
They were 37.
37. So you are defending the 37 and also the 10.
Yeah.
Now tell us, what impression did you have as the trial began or during the trial yesterday at the Yaounde Military Tribunal?
You know, because of the bijura nature of Cameroon, there were a lot of challenges. First of all, when we came in, the military tribe, the colonel, the female army colonel, who was the president of the tribunal, without any information, without any, suddenly said he was relinquishing her position to be replaced by another president of the another president of the tribunal.
Tribunal, yes.
So she excused herself. Initially, we were supposed to start early in the morning, 10 a.m., but later they shifted it to 1 o'clock. It was when we resumed at 1 that we started the hearing at 1 o'clock that this lady said this officer suddenly relinquished her position. After that, another officer came in, another colonel, one Michelle Mem, became the president of the tribunal. But the two assessors remained. So eventually the trial started. The area was more like a military camp. It was the military presence was heavy. There were heavily armed officers right inside the court. And they didn't give any breathing space to the suspects, the people who are the accused persons. And they had two sets of military prosecutors and some other civilian civil lawyers who were supposed to, and then they brought an interpreter who didn't understand English very well or could not translate between English and French very well.
Okay.
Even though she probably understood, she could speak the two languages, but the language of the law is definitely different. She didn't seem to understand what both sides were saying, and that created a problem because the accused persons spoke only English, and the judge spoke only French.
And now,
so the trial was conducted in French.
In French. Now,
basically,
if the accused are only speaking in English and the trial lawyers or the judges speak only in French, do you think your clients are going to have a fair trial in a court whereby the bilingual or bijurial nature of the country seemingly is not respected?
Well, I don't want to prejudge the outcome of the tribunal since it's already on, and I was a participant. But I would say that some of these shortcomings that we've noticed raised certain fundamental questions about the fairness of the trial. because even when I got up to, and when the prosecutor challenged my capacity to practice in Cameroon, I didn't understand what he was saying. And
Why didn't you understand?
Yeah, because he spoke in French, so they had to manage to interpret it. Or before I didn't say anything. The president of the tribunal had overruled him, and the president of the Bar Council was also there to intervene to the effect that I had complied with all what that was necessary for me to be able to participate in the proceedings, because I had written and to the court and the president of the bar and the minister of justice and I was attached to a local law firm. I was attached with a law firm in Yaounde, which was the legal requirement, and I had fulfilled all the legal requirement to be able to practice, to appear before on the case. So that is what happened.
Now, if you had respected all those, why then did they raise the fact that you were not legally, you were not allowed, or you could not defend?
No, I think, when a prosecutor brings a case, he looks for the smallest loophole. He tries to find a reason to weaken the case of the other side,
okay,
of the defense. So I think that is what they were trying to do. But eventually, it didn't really take much time. We raised it, and it was dismissed. So I appeared.
And now tell me, I understand you made a very good defense. For those who did not take part, or who were not able to watch it because it did not beam live or broadcast live, could you please share what you said at the floor of the Yaounde Military Tribunal to the millions of Cameroonians, Southern Cameroonians who were not there?
Well, I simply said that I would not want to go through the legal issues around the preliminary objections, especially the issues about nationality and all that. That I would like to touch on the issues, how my clients have been made to go through cruel, inhuman, and degrading punishment and treatment. And I said that I started by saying, why am I in Cameroon? I said I was in Cameroon in quest for justice for my clients, to appeal to this tribunal, to uphold justice, to uphold the rule of law, to suppress impunity, to suppress arbitrariness, to suppress brigandage, and also to suppress the culture of impunity. Then I expressed the fact that many Nigerians, that even my own government, the Nigerian government, breached the various fundamental laws, including their constitutional rights, by subjecting them to cruel and degrading treatment during the process of arresting them, blindfolding them, and detaining them for almost 2 weeks without, they didn't even know where they are until the United Nations High Commission for Refugees came and profiled them. And also the fact that I had made efforts to access my clients, both in Nigeria and in Cameroon, without success. The authorities in Nigeria did not allow us access. Eventually, even those in Cameroon did not allow us access. I came here, spent 4 days, I wasn't granting access. Then also, because of these challenges, I had to file an action, or we had to file an action for the enforcement of the fundamental rights of the prisoners, and for them to be released to the Nigerian authority to challenge the violation of their rights, their liberty, and freedom. So, during the pendency of that case, they were deported. So I filed another action challenging the illegal deportation. So I now said, well, because these cases are coming up on the 21st of February at the Abuja, at the Federal High Court, Abuja. So, in the light of what they have gone through, I expect the judge or the tribunal to give justice to my clients.
And when you say giving justice, what do you expect?
I expect that they should be released and allowed to return to their families in Abuja, in their home of domicile.
And do you have any hope that that can happen?
I believe in the rule of law. I believe in justice. I expect the Cameroonian the military tribunal in Cameroon to do justice, even if heaven falls.
And there is one tenuous problem or issue that is coming up. The fact that they are declining their Cameroonian nationality, is it an advantage or an inconvenience?
Declining their Cameroon, that was not what happened.
What happened then?
They simply said that they were never citizens of Cameroon. So it is not a question of declining your Cameroonian nationality. Their case is that they are not Cameroonians and that they are Southern Cameroonians. And that they should be treated as such. Because they are Southern Cameroonians, the case could not be heard by a military tribunal. According to the Cameroon's Nationality Code of 1968, which says that in deciding your nationality, only a civil court in your area of domicile, which is Abuja and many other towns in Nigeria, can decide it. So, if the court wants to respect that or accept that reasoning, then simply they should release them to go to Nigeria to reunite with their families, and then they can raise the issue. If they cannot apply properly to the Nigerian authorities that they want these people extradited for whatever crimes they think they have committed, and then they will go through all the issues through a civil court in Nigeria.
And then to conclude, sir, you said at one point there's going to be a hearing at the Federal High Court in Abuja on the 21st of February. January. And what is it all about?
First, it's about the enforcement of their fundamental rights, which was criminally violated by the military in Nigeria by arresting them during a meeting where they were exercising their freedom of association, in a hotel. They had not even started this meeting. They were at the poolside, right?
Yeah.
Where they were trying to have breakfast before the meeting, and then they stormed the place and cuffed them and maltreated them. Kept them in solitary confinement for weeks, in an underground facility. And then they were transferred illegally without following the due process of law. So according to the Nigerian law, according to the Nigerian Constitution. So these are the issues I raised, at that point.
Do you have any final words to say to the families of the detainees?
Well, I would say that they should keep hope alive. They should, we had gone through a similar situation in Nigeria. I was a victim. I was detained like this. I spent 1 year in prison. And I'm happy that my family was strong and my family was there for me. I was able to cope. And also they should support, do everything they can to keep the children in school, to keep the children focused so that they don't stray away from the path they wouldn't have taken, stray away from what, at least not to disappoint their loved ones who are presently being denied of their liberty.
Okay. Okay. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.